Hey, what's up, YouTube? Out here early in the morning. I'm part of a group on Facebook who are, I forget the name of it. The group is about Southern lawn care. Has a lot of people on there from my area and south, which will let you know that it's in the southern zone, which is really part of the hottest parts of the country. So the situation is that when I show them my yard, number one is disbelief, and number two is the belief that what I have going on will all go away in July. So that's what they're thinking. So this video is trying to show you the success that you can grow this grass here. And I want to try to show, let me show you something. I don't know if you can see that, but if you can see these thin blades here, so all those thin blades, that's new fescue. All the little thin ones. Oh, that's new fescue. And what happened here was there was a lot of weeds right here, Johnson grass, that I wanted to get rid of, so I killed it with glyphosate and came back with just reseeded it, and that's the new growth there, the small ones there. So but when you get to the bigger blades like that, that's older fescue. That's the old fescue. And it's going to take a while for the fescue to get to that size. You're not going to get that in a few months. It's going to take a while. So it's going to take you a couple seasons to get that like that. So that alone, when you see the maturity of the fescue that I have, it lets you know that it wasn't a one season situation where I just planted it. It's too thick. So that is what you're looking at, is the proof. When you get the fescue that thick and tall, the thin blades are the young seedlings or the young grass, and the thicker blades is the maturity that they get to. So in a nutshell, you can't get that. You can't get there in the spring. If you plant it in the spring, look how thick that is. You can't get there. Can't do it. Grass would not grow that fast. So that's old. Now I do have a PGR video coming out shortly, which will thicken up the grass faster. But that would be great because it'll let you prepare for the summer months faster, because you want roots to go down into the ground as deep as possible, and that's what the PGR is going to do for you. It's going to concentrate most of the energy downward instead of upward. That's what you're going to try to do. So this is the product of not using PGR. So just think when I do use it, when I put it down, where it's going to lead me. So I said that to say this. The combination that I have here is SPF 30 and some RTF fescue. Now I will admit some of this fescue down here is also GCI turf. I started with that and then switched over to the Burnbrug RTF because of its repair capabilities. It can repair itself, so I won't have to overseed each year, which overseeding is no different than putting out aerating and putting out fertilizer. It's the same thing, except one being fertilizer, other one being seeds. I mean, that's real easy to do. So I just may overseed all the time, but because it's not a big deal to overseed, there's a difference between an overseed job and a renovation job. So, and I'd rather do that. I don't care. Oh, before I get there, now I did have some die off, and that's one of the reasons why I did have to overseed. Two reasons. One, I'm a one-man job here, and I'm doing a lot of work, so I didn't get to do the fungicide treatments as I should have. So I lost some grass to, I'm going to call it more so the fungus as opposed to the heat. I lost some of the grass there, but when you just think about it, it looked bad for a moment. When I say I lost some, I'm going to say around 10%. Lost about 10% of it, which was not bad. So, like I was saying, you do the math on it. I lost about 10%, but that only happened like in late summer. So if your yard struggled late summer, it's almost time to reseed in the fall. So in September, you're going to be reseeding. And look at the grass over there, which is not fully here yet. And I said that to say this. Even if your yard struggles, or even just say, for instance, the entire yard dies off, which is not, but you're only dealing with 2 months of, a brown yard. Just say the absolute worst happens and everything dies. You're dealing with 2 months of brown yard versus all the months that you have to deal with the warm season grass. There's a lot of people saying that their warm season grass went into November or December or something like that. Okay, the grass doesn't turn on and off like a switch. There's a gradual effect. So even though you had some green in your yard during those months, it wasn't fully green like it's thriving in the middle of July or August or something like that. It's not that kind of green. You just have some remnants of green. And even now, people said even the grass now, that's a very well taken care of St. Augustine over there, which is part of my lawn too. It still hadn't came in all the way, but you can see the green. You can see the green over there. It's greening up. I don't count that technically as green. It's April, and that is not green. That's growing. I can see the green in it, but technically that's not green. So for the people who say that, I'm green, I'm green in April, I'm green in November and December. No, you can still see some green, but this is green. That right there, you can still see green, but that's not the same. So let's compare apples to apples here. This is green here, and that's still coming out of dormancy. So anyway, you guys need to watch my channel. I'm glad I did this so people can come in and see where I started and when I started this, and I've been talking about this grass here. I know this is a DIY channel and I wanted to do my grass myself. I haven't got into a lot of the meat and potatoes of what the channel is about, but grass is still DIY. And this is where it is when it comes down to being able to maintain a fescue yard. And now this is fescue slash Kentucky bluegrass. And it's really hard to tell when you get in there. It's all mixed up in here. So it's hard to tell which is which. Sort of, kind of. This is an area of my yard which trucks kept going back and forth and just demolished it. Hot mess. Anyway, like I said, if you could hit the subscribe button. It's great to get one subscriber, 2, 20, every once in a while. Feels good. So I won't be out here feeling like I'm talking to 3 people, which normally I am. But this is proof, y'all. I'm in North Texas, Dallas area, and this grass has been green for 3 seasons. You can go back and look at my videos and you can see when I started, and that would be your proof. So you can have this type of grass. Now, barring some type of catastrophic event where we don't get rain for 365 days, I don't know what grass is going to survive, let alone this fescue. So, but this has. And one of the things that I could do, I could just not say anything and let everybody wonder. Let everybody try to figure out what I'm doing, and I can sit here and not say anything, not give any information out. Or I can let people listen to the paid YouTube influencers with a large channel who don't live in my area, and they're just going off of what grass does and have done, and maybe not have experience with all the different varieties that are out there, like of what I'm doing. So I can leave you guys to that, but I'm giving it to you and I'm showing you proof of it. All I'm asking is a little like or subscribe to my videos. Thanks for watching.